Welcome everyone to the second technical analysis video for this week's CFO Swinger Watch Report's technical analysis video series for the week of November 3rd through 7th. Now, as I have announced in the first and main technical analysis video that will be linked down below in the description box, I am going over two of the three tickers in this week's MM list, or the Momentum Mentions list section of this week's report, with each individual ticker getting their own technical analysis video. With that information in mind, this video will be going over ticker symbol PATH or uipath as stated in the title. Now, before I divulge into the overall technical analysis of PATH, let me read what I have written for my CFO Swinger Watch Report readers. So we are looking at this name again because, well, why wouldn't we be looking at this name? Look at the weekly time frame here, because what a beautiful bull flag we are making right at the declining weekly 200 SMA. And that is exactly what I have been looking for, as I have stated last week in the report. And so with this bullish pennant slash flag forming, there's more confidence in me that this can still have a nice run into the end of this year and into next year as well. Plus, we're now in the agentic AI phase, as I've stated in the market summary last week, and uipath here is really trying to push forward as a leader in developing these agent AIs. Now, technically, we still have a lot to do, as the weekly 10 and 21 SMAs are still quite far away. As long as the weekly 10 SMA, this red line here, continues to be far away from the price, aka the weekly candlesticks, we won't be seeing a large move in the underlying uptrend or a breakout. Now, if you were to get a nice entry point, that $15 support level will be a great, cheaper bounce entry point this week during this bull flag formation. Keep your eyes peeled on this name, as it has a lot of potential in the next few years. Okay, so again, if you guys want to read this again, just simply pause this video. So with all of that in mind, okay, let's go over the technical analysis of this ticker. So as I've stated previously here, we are really forming a very nice bullish pennant, to be very specific, or if you just want to be general, a bull flag. And again, those are two synonymous names, right? We are looking for the same outcome, which is a breakout over this descending resistance trend line that makes up this bullish pennant or bull flag. Now, what I really like about this bullish pennant or flag is that, well, it's tightening up right under this weekly 200 SMA that has been declining for months. In fact, ever since it came about and formed in mid-February of this year. And so this weekly 200 SMA has been acting as a major SMA resistance area for this overall bullish pennant, while the weekly 10 and weekly 21 SMAs are attempting to catch up. Now, what I really like about my short-term SMAs on this larger, bigger picture weekly time frame is that, well, this weekly 10 SMA has crossed over both of the larger 21 and 50 weekly SMAs. And again, the 21 is this light blue line here, and the 50 is the dark blue line. And so if we can kind of try to look into the future, eventually, as the price continues to consolidate and maybe eventually break out, which is exactly what we want, an ideal scenario in the future, of course, the weekly 10 SMA will eventually catch up to the price and actually most likely retest and touch this $15 whole number support level, which is again a new level of support. And as it moves up higher, it will drag along the weekly 21 SMA as well, and eventually the dark blue line here, the weekly 50 SMA will stop flatlining and start to curl up higher as well. So far into the future, once the price is far away from the weekly 200 SMA, at some point, we should be also seeing a golden cross. And what is a golden cross? Well, that's when my weekly 50 SMA, a very large SMA, crosses over and upwards the weekly 200 SMA, the largest SMA that I have on my chart. And so that's kind of my overall vision that I have for this stock, because I'm not only looking at this from a short to mid-term perspective, but also in a long-term perspective as a potential investment position. But for now, I'll be specifically focusing on the short to mid-term perspective as a swing trade idea, and that's the reason why I have put this ticker in this week's MM list or Momentum Mentions list again, as I've done last week. All right. And so far, it has continued to adhere to the parameters set up by the descending resistance trend line and this ascending support trend line. Now, I really hope that as long as the weekly 200 SMA continues to act as a strong area of SMA resistance, the price can continue to tightly consolidate and move sideways over the previous major resistance level of $15 that has now turned into a new level of support. Now, we have confirmed this as a new level of support because, well, first of all, initially we're able to break over this previous resistance level back in early October due to some news that came out for Path here, or uipath. And 2 weeks after that initial reactionary move to the upside, we were able to come back down and retest this previous resistance level of $15 and pivot away from it, which confirmed that yes, indeed, buyers are willing to turn this previous old level of whole number resistance into a new whole number level of support. And that is the reason why I would really like an ideal bounce entry at 15.10 this week if we're able to see some solid consolidation to continue, and if we're able to uphold this $15 whole number support level again. All right, and there is yet another reason why I would love the consolidation and sideways action to continue, and that is the weekly 10 SMA, right? And as I've already stated a couple minutes earlier, I really want the weekly 10 SMA to catch up to the price before it tries to make another second leg up higher. And again, the first leg higher was right over here in late or the last week of September and the early and first week of October. Now, as I've stated in the title of this video, okay, or at least in the picture of this video before you guys even clicked on this video, right? I am also wanting to believe that Path has every right to go to $20 or higher per share. And the only way that it can get to $20 per share is if and only if it can break over this one single obstruction, and that is this $18.50 whole number resistance level that is acting as a major weekly and higher time frame obstacle here, right? And so if we are able to break out of this bullish pennant or bull flag, we need to see if we can even tightly move underneath this 18.50 resistance level first before it tries to make yet another breakout over this resistance level and reach this $20 whole number price print. Okay, and so we have a major target to look forward here if and only if we're able to break out of this bullish pennant or bull flag, and eventually if we're able to break over this 18.50 level, then, well, it's $20 and higher for this stock. All right. Now, with all of that in mind, I want to go over this ticker on a monthly perspective again, like I've done last week. Why? Well, first of all, okay, let me take out my technical analysis here. We're looking at a very massive base, right? Obviously, this one fell from highs, from its glory of its IPO days. But if you were to ignore this right here, all the supply overhead, okay, we have a massive multi-year base that spans over 3 years now, nearly 4 years at this point, okay? And this massive base has given us a very weird looking double bottom. And if I bring out my brush here, okay, actually let me clean this up a little bit, okay? We have a double bottom potentially forming here. Or if I want to be a bit comedic here, very nice butt, right? So we have, just trying to loosen up myself here and for you guys for this video, we have the left cheek here, and then we have the potentially forming right cheek of the overall butt chart pattern. Okay, now let's go back to being serious, okay? So we have a very nice a rounded W chart pattern, and if this overall double bottom chart pattern is fulfilled, then I would expect this right side to continue to move up higher. And so again, this 18.50 whole number resistance level, like I stated earlier, is a very, very large multi-year major level that spans all the higher time frames on the weekly and monthly and even higher time frames than that. And this is the one single major obstacle that is preventing PATH from becoming a $20 plus higher share price stock, right? And so, or share price company. And so if we were to break over this $20 price print, okay, I have my eyes set on two specific maximum ideal targets for this ticker, and that is 24.50 and then 26.50. Why these two whole number levels? Well, because this is a major 52-week high supply area that the price has previously established back in late 2023 and in the early months of 2024. In fact, all of quarter one of 2024. So again, January all the way up into March. Okay, and so if we were to again break over 18.50 and hold this $20 whole number level and even higher, there's a good chance that we can see higher highs and higher lows until we reach this supply area, this 2-point range of 24.50 to 26.50. Hence the reason why I have that 26.50 shown on this video, right? On this video, all right? So I really want to see uipath achieving these two maximum ideal profit targets or price targets for the long-term future. And again, I'll be only aiming for these two price targets or profit targets if I decide to build a long-term investment position on this ticker. Now, maybe or maybe not in the near-term future, this ticker may or may not be featured as a main swing trade idea. And if I do feature as a main swing trade idea in the official CFO Swinger Watch Report in the near-term future, I'll also be going over the fundamental analysis of this ticker and give you guys the top-down analysis for this ticker, as I usually do for each and every single main swing trade idea for every single CFO Swinger Watch Report. Okay, so if you guys really want to read that, make sure you guys become a CFO Swinger Watch Report reader. Okay, Now, if this overall technical analysis video was insightful and most importantly applicable, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. And if you're new here and you aren't subscribed to the Charts Focus One channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below as well. Now, I do know that this video was recorded on November 2nd. I personally know that, and that this video came out today on November 5th. So if you would like to know what tickers are in the MM list, tickers like PATH here, then the only thing you need to do is become a reader of the CFO Swinger Watch Report. Plus, becoming a reader will automatically give you full access to the private CFO Discord community where you can expedite your learn and earn trading system. Okay, that is it for this video. Good luck tomorrow.